What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Road to Number 1 on Geoguessr Duels. We're currently just inside the top 200 in the world, and we're looking to push up today, so let's just see if we can get some better luck than we did last week and go for our first duel here. Now, I'm really hoping that we find some players who are like more evenly rated to us, because last time we kept on facing 800s, and this episode is starting the same way, so I really wish they would get rid of facing 800s, because it's really just so hard to gain rating when you're always facing people who can only gain 2 points off of. Anyway, this one looks like France, right? So I'm thinking about where in France. Honestly, when it comes to duels, I'm very tempted to just go Paris every time. This like kind of hill with the palm doesn't feel that Parisian, but I always go wrong by not guessing in Paris. So I guess this time I will go for Paris, we'll see. And it was actually in Brest instead there. I kind of got a bit of a South vibe off it, so that's actually not a bad result. We may have lost more points had I just gone for what I actually thought, but that makes sense with the palm that we're so coastal there. Next one here, are we going to be in Malaysia or something? No, but we are going to be in Puerto Rico, I think. So let's just check. Do we have front license plates here? We do not. So yeah, we should be good for Puerto Rico here. Puerto Rico has this antenna, but it has like a little white dot at the top of it. Most times you can see that. And so that like distinguishes it from the other places that look similar. And yeah, Dominican Republic, not a terrible guess, of course, but that has a white Google car with roof racks. So it's a bit different. And we net nice point damage on that round. This looks like Russia, which is good for us again, I think. Should be fairly south with these hills, I want to say. Do we see anything that's actually like more unique here? No red on the car, that would help out for certain places. No, I would say, I mean, they are kind of north hills here, but there are certain places with north hills down here. So I want to try like one of these towns down here. Now, also possible is just like Saratov or Voronezh or something. So we'll see here. And it was indeed more so down there, so that's great. He goes Kyrgyzstan. Again, definitely can see the reasoning there, but not really a good guess in the context of this one. He's going to lose a lot of points there. Okay, let's see if we can finish off the duel now. That would absolutely be ideal. This one looks like it's going to be somewhere in Shreka. We have an a Mexican flag there, surely. This looks like Mexico to me, not Italy. And so I'd probably just go Mexico City here. But yeah, really no guarantee. Let's take a look around after we've guessed and see what's actually going on. I mean, yeah, it's definitely Mexico, and it was Mexico City. Okay, so he gets a lease on life there. He will make it to the healing round. Let's see how Mr. Bibbabig can do it. Okay, so this one looks like maybe, what's it actually going to be here, like Ireland or something? Yeah, it is Ireland here, and it's a big highway. I want to say it's connected to Dublin or something like that. Not really too concerned here. It's just the healing round. We don't really need to gain too much, even though we lost a few points on that French round. And let's see where he goes. Yeah, he's an 800 rated player, guys. What can I say? Like, he's not really going to be able to do too much in a duel like this, which is why it's not really too much of a fun matchup, in my opinion. But okay, let's actually convert this into a win while I'm talking crap. This one should be somewhere in Guatemala. That little antenna, I keep on hearing it's more of a west thing. I don't really know. I'm going to trust it again. It's more just in the center this time. And there are some like Guatemalan metas with like the mirrors and roof rack and everything. I've not learned them yet, so I should do that. But it's a relatively small country, so I guess it's lower down the list. Next one here is double damage in Malaysia. Yeah, Malaysia. We have stickers here. What does that one look? Looks more like just like something you'd see near Johor or Kuala Lumpur or something like that. Do we see any bins here? Bins could help. We don't really see any. So, okay, so given that this is this format, I would say probably somewhere near KL is best here. It is pretty flat, which also checks out, but I guess like Johor area is also possible. Now we have flags here. That is a Johor flag, so yeah, if I had moved there, we would have had the correct answer. But yeah. Okay, by the way, guys, I was thinking, I do think at some point I will switch this series to moving. I want to see how far I can get on the current format, but I will say, like, eventually I will switch this to moving, and then we'll see how very far I can get. For the moment, though, gonna stick with this. I'll tell you guys when I want to switch, but yeah. Okay, this is no front plates, interestingly. So I'm actually trying to work out if this is Canada or US. Like, I think this is definitely a round for moving. So let's take a look around, see if we see a flag or anything like that. For now, no fronts is definitely leaning me towards Canada, right? Like Quebec or something. Yeah, it is. Okay, that's good. So obviously he will have found this. It was definitely necessary to go around moving here just in case. And it was just in Montreal. Now, I think I would have done that without anything, but I could have maybe read the van more closely, but hey, it's definitely worth it because he actually was able to move to some pretty easy clues there. Okay, next one here, we're not moving now. And it's going to be back in North America, which is not great. We have BC number plates, I think. think I'm prepared to just go for it here. Yeah, Transformer is faced towards the road, so we should just go for Vancouver this time. Not so easy unless he can read like this. Will it say BC? Translink.ca, so he knows it's Canada. But will he know that it's BC? Probably not. We do have mountains, though. He may get this. No, he doesn't. And actually, we're 3.7 kilometers away there, between Vancouver and Burnaby, and it's going to be 14,000 points damage, more than 10 times, or about 10 times what we needed. We gained 3 points off our 800 rated friend there, so let's get into another duel. Okay, into the second one here, another 800 rated opponent. So quick guessing is on the menu here. Let's see if we can do it. So we're going to have some Italian bollards here. Probably somewhere in Albania though, right? Can we see anything? Any rifts or anything? No rifts, but definitely feels like Albania. No license, no antenna though, so I guess we have to go Italy. So I guess if it looks like there, I'm just going to go like around here. That makes probably the most sense. Could be Sardinia. Didn't really think of that before, I guess, but now it actually seems like a decent option to me. These hills are rather dry in a way that you may see more so over there. So yeah, maybe that's why it kind of felt a bit weird, but I guess we'll find out. I doubt that an 800 rated opponent will get that, and we won't. And it was Sardinia, yeah. Okay, so I think I would have actually been able to make that switch if I thought a little harder. That's why the landscape kind of struck me as a bit strange for Italy. But okay, it's a good start for us, even though the bollards. So yeah, it's a typical 800 rated player moment. We just have to hope we don't get any ridiculous trackers. So this one should be somewhere in New Zealand, right? That's the front of the car. So yeah, New Zealand feeling good here. Relatively flat. So maybe it almost feels more South Island because of that reason. But we do have some rolling hills. I don't know. I could actually see with this number of like, I think actually we'll go Christchurch here. I'm not entirely convinced, but I want to try it out. Let's see. And okay, well, it's just North Island there in New Plymouth. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter before the healing round here, so it's really not a big deal. But I wanted to try something out, just see if we could get the good one. I think that was kind of a bit too undulating to be a very good guess there. This feels like Auckland, right? Yeah. So this feels like Auckland. Yeah, blue street sign there, basically confirming that we're going to be in New Zealand here. This like viewing tower is very Auckland. I think they have a similar one in Melbourne. I don't know about Sydney. I think Sydney also has maybe a similar one, but they're probably only the 3 cities in Oceania that really fit for this kind of level of urbanness. And yeah, we go find that. Let's see what this fourth one is. Actually, it has some potential to be a difficult round, maybe like Colombia or something, or maybe something completely different. No, okay. So this antenna without roof rack should be Northern Mariana Islands, I believe. Yeah, I feel like this is a good guess. Now let's check out the rest of the landscape here, see what he's going to be working with. I've had a round on this intersection before. I have. On this series, I think we had a round right here, no? And we... No, I definitely had one at some point. I can't remember when it was, but on this intersection, I remember this political poster here. Anyway, that's going to be good damage for us, obviously. Definitely a tough round for someone of his skill, and it's actually the end of the game. We get 3 points of rating. That's very good. You know what they should add is something where it's like, you should be able to press a second button where it's like, I want to face someone who's around my same rating or a little bit lower. And that would be really much more preferable to the current system where you basically are forced to get faced against 800 rated players like I am right now. I mean, I get that there's like more of them in the player base, and so the queue times would be much longer, but if I went my way, but yeah, I don't know, it's just better like what I suggested, I think. Anyway, next one here is Brazil, southern Brazil with these round poles, probably. A green light. I can't remember Jupa. What did you tell me about that? I can't remember, to be honest. Okay, this all looks pretty generic to me. Probably just go Sao Paulo. Now, that is concerning. Doesn't really look like a 2. It could be a 2, actually. Yeah, it could... I don't know, I'll just go Sao Paulo here, it's probably most likely. And it was actually in Vitoria. Yeah, fantastic guess, must have said it somewhere, so that's a really bad start for us. Give the video a like if you're enjoying so far. As we head into the next round here, which is using Cyrillic, so probably Russia, I guess. We do have an antenna, okay. This is kind of confusing. So .rf, that's Russia. 900s is probably the mobile one, right? So that's fine. Nothing too useful, I think. I'm sure it says the name of the place here somewhere. Short antenna, though. Surely we just kind of slam it in somewhere over here. Might go like Samara or Kazan or something like that. Generation 3 is certainly interesting. I mean, it could be much further south. I kind of do want to... Like, I would have considered moving if it was a bit longer, but on Russia, you're not always guaranteed to see something more useful. I'm actually going to hedge it further south here, Saratov instead, because I could see this being like Astrakhan or something like that as well. And it was actually Mahashkala. Yeah, we actually saw some like of these big white bricks, but downtown I didn't really recognize it so well, so that's unfortunate. We could have really gained a whole lot of points there, but I just didn't really have the balls to go for it. And we have some Australia here, which is fantastic. We love to see that. But this is not so easy, actually. Yeah, we got Melbourne polls though. Okay, that's good. I think this is east of Melbourne, maybe, like near, like on the way to Geelong or something. That would be my main guess here. Does the road angle line up? Not so much. It's more like north to south. So maybe this road here, or maybe just north of Melbourne. Actually, probably that makes more sense with north-south facing. But we're gonna be closer here unless he knows his polls really well. And yeah, it doesn't really look like he's going to at this rating. And yeah, he goes for over here in Moscow. To be honest, like, the first round I found a bit suspicious now that he can't recognize that we're driving left-hand side on a round like that. But, I mean, hey, not too bad. We still should come out with a win here regardless. This is going to be Curacao. I doubt he knows this one either, but we'll see, we'll see. We got the black Google car here, guys. Definitely remember this one. Black bonnet plus the roof racks. It's kind of a dark grey bonnet with the roof racks. With no snorkel, like you used to kind of get a similar car in Kenya, but with no snorkel and these roof racks and everything, just go Curacao. It's the only place that used that Google car, and they have a lot of these shrubs everywhere as well. But there we go. He actually manages to survive all the way till the hearing round here. He gets 18 points taken off him there, and he's still holding on by less than 200 health. Obviously, we have to instant guess here, but we do still have some to heal up ourselves, I guess. So let's actually try and figure out the country. Trollstein. Or Trollstein. I don't know. I think it's going to be somewhere in Sweden, right? And here's the flag to confirm. And he actually goes in Norway instead. So it's not going to be that much healing, although, yeah, pretty significant healing for him there. So let's head through to the next round here. 1.5 times damage in Russia. We have a bus shelter here. Will it say anything? Oh, could it be Lviv? Yeah, Lviv. I think so. I'll go Lviv here, which is here. Yeah. Okay, so I think that says Lvivska something. Oblast. Yeah, Lvivska Oblast. Okay, so we should be somewhere along the border here. Probably I've clicked too close to the actual city itself, of course, but that is going to be a nice little result for us there, surely. And he, instead of 5King, does not guess, so that's good for us, and we get 7,000 points damage there. Very good indeed. Obviously not going to be too much, just another 3 points. Gain 9 points over 3 duels, not the greatest time efficiency, but at least we didn't lose. Okay, into the next one here, yet another 800 rated opponent. This is the longest streak of 800 rated opponents we've had in a while, I think, but okay. Round number 1 here should be India, surely, and I want to say green tuk-tuk here. I want to say this is Delhi. Still, most of the locations are in Delhi, and green tuk-tuk is more of a north thing. I don't see anything typically south here, like a lot of palms or something like that, and we're in a big city with like a big highway here, so yeah, it's just going to be Delhi. Classic north suburbs, Delhi, yeah. He doesn't get flawless by us here. He's gaining points in the first round there. Should be somewhere in Tunisia now. Thinking that is going to be correct. Probably this is north. We have the north for Lokar as well. Could see Bizerta, could see Tunis. I guess Tunis is more likely given that we're playing world map. We have a ridge there northwest, so I guess like somewhere over here or something like that makes the most sense. Would you have one in Bizerta? Yeah, okay, but it's actually Hamamet here, and that also makes sense. So just 5 points of damage there, actually relatively equidistant, and so we've really not done too much in the first 2 rounds here, but let's see if we can do something on this round, which looks a bit more difficult, although it's not. We're just somewhere in Greece. Now, I think this is probably like gettable based on something that it says, but I'm just going to use the fact that we have hills north and we're in generation 2, so it almost feels like we should be like somewhere like a little bit weird, because like I guess Athens just feels a bit less likely if we have generation 2 camera. So I guess let's just go through, see if we can see anything in this last 10 seconds before he makes his guess. Yeah, I don't know, just definitely feels like a typical Greece here, so it might just be Athens itself, indeed. And it was actually up here in a smaller town. That makes sense, and yeah, not too much to say. They're just 11 points, so really we've made the same types of guesses so far, and we're really not like seeing too much of a result just yet. Okay, next one here is going to be somewhere in Bulgaria, obviously. Alpine Bulgaria, indeed. We have big mountains kind of southwest, smaller mountains north. So I guess like kind of Plovdiv area makes sense here, or maybe this area. Could also just be in Sofia here. I'll just go for this one as a hedge, and yeah, not too bad, just in Sofia, it makes sense. Although we weren't really in an alpine area, so I guess the idea is just that's the company's name. Okay, healing round is really absolutely meaningless here. We see European bollards, so let's just slam it in. I think it's actually Switzerland. But yeah, we need 200 points. I hope he just guesses, because he does not need any extra points as soon as he realizes that this is in Europe. But guys, if you want to know the really short white number plate here combined with the low camera, that is good tips for guessing in Switzerland. And he's going to be a try-hard here and go for a close guess, but of course, he didn't need to do that. He only needs to heal 12 or 16 points, so yeah. Really an uneventful round there for sure. Okay. 1.5 times damage here, and we're going to be somewhere in Luxembourg, I believe. I made this mistake last time, so could it actually be Hungary? Probably is Hungary, on second thought here. Yeah, looks like it, although we don't have any, like, red reflectors. This is a bit strange. Okay, let's look for architecture now. Actually, one of the poles in the background look quite... Yeah, this one looks quite Luxembourgish, I would say. So that's what I'm going to go for here. Let's see if I'm right or wrong about it. I've accidentally clicked all the way far north here, so hopefully that's at least somewhat true. Yeah, this is a Luxembourgish style sign, so that's good. At least I didn't make the same mistake twice. Last episode was a little bit rough, had some bad guesses, but hopefully this one, well, this one's obviously going much better. And so it was actually in kind of middle Luxembourg there, which is where I would have clicked, but we only gained 400 points because of that, or 500, so that's actually not too bad. Next one here looks like probably typical Sweden-Finland coverage here with the Generation 2. This looks very Finland. I want to say this is outside Helsinki. No real point in moving here. I'm going to try it out here. Now, just one look at the language. Yeah, it's correct. Now, I know there are like little blue-topped bollards in southern Sweden, but clearly this is not southern Sweden with that language. And we don't see really any red houses. So we have red brick houses, but we don't see any red painted houses. So that also discourages me from guessing over that. So let's see if it is. It is just actually all the way up here. And so he's actually he is closer than us. That's ridiculous, man. I really thought I got a South 5 though, so I guess it's also my fault for going for that kind of more ambitious guess. Anyway, next one here. Looks like Ireland to me, I would say, with these gates, the property, it's a white building over there. Feels very good to me. Oh, you have an Irish bollard as well. That's very helpful. Thank you. Maybe should have gone a bit further west here with this many hills, but the hedge is also fine. I really don't mind. No pun intended, because we do normally have some like hedgerows in Ireland as well, which is pretty funny. But yeah, these green bollards are Irish more than British, that's for sure. So you can use that to your advantage. And yeah, it was just like a bit more north instead. And obviously that's going to be knockout damage because he goes in Czechia. So definitely a difficult round there. I can see why he messed it up. That's more of an experience type of round. But yeah, we take 3 more points. Would you believe it? Okay, jumping into the next game here must be game number 5, and we're facing a similarly low-rated opponent again, so kind of disappointing, I must say, this episode. But okay, let's see what we got. We can't fumble the bag just yet, can we? This is almost like a moving type of round, guys. I mean, it looks like maybe Lithuania to me, more than anything. I don't see anything that can really confirm it here for us, though. He's guessed, so we can take a moment here. Yeah. I mean, Lithuania surely fits the best here. I just got to get a guess in. I'll go for this city here. Why not? Let's give it a go. And it was actually in Hungary. Terrible guess. But really, though, in like the apartment block type of areas like that, that's just a tough round. Don't really blame myself, honestly. And it's only 2,000 points damage. That's why I didn't really stress about finding out exactly what it was, because I thought we'll find out later on, and we'll get our points later on. Anyway, this one is going to be somewhere in Taiwan, and it actually feels like it's low cam, which is kind of something, because most of this like wide blur stuff you get in Taiwan isn't actually low cam, which is kind of interesting. But we had an area for area code of 04 here, so I think we're going to be around here, right? Just trying to make sure I didn't get the wrong country, because that kind of low cam stuff is very uncommon. And yeah, we got the right city, and he goes all the way in Japan, which is very excusable indeed, to be honest, because yeah, that was actually proper low cam. Sometimes in Taiwan, what I was trying to say is that you get like a really wide blur, but it's just a normal height of camera, so kind of interesting there. But okay, next one here is just Sweden. Yeah, Swedish houses, okay. Kind of white architecture almost makes me want to go a bit further south, I think, like this house here. I'm going to give that a go, but it's some part of it also feels a bit north here as well, so I couldn't say I'm very confident here. I'm going to try it, though. It's just the fact that it's winter, I think, that's, like, irking me a bit. As we move over one here, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I got the right call here. A lot of red houses over there. That's a bit different. We got green blur. Would it be Gotland? That was my first thought looking at that white house, but no, it's just north here. Okay, so Umeå, that makes sense, I guess. Gonna be more damage though, 1.1k. It goes Finland. Oh my gosh, with outer dashes, bro. Crazy. But yeah, don't guess Finland on outer dashes. They always have solid outer lines in Finland. Anyway, next one here, we got Romanian everything. Now, vibes-wise, I would say this is more Yeah, it's not easy, you know. We do have a hill there to our west, so I guess we could just kind of go over here. That probably makes most sense. Also, like around Cluj-Napoca could make sense as well for me here, but yeah, I think my guess is better than that. I have a huge bird nest here. I bet there's a meta for that for any ornithologists in the chat, but the house almost feels like Polish, you know, it's kind of strange, actually. Yeah, well, that makes sense that we're all the way as close to Poland as you can get, and also with the mountains west, that also makes sense as well. So, okay, it's a very high damage round back and forth so far. No boring rounds in the first 4 there, and this one is going to be somewhere in Russia, which I guess is technically, or is it, Latvia? I guess it's Latvia, but we have like a greenish blur here, so I guess way far south Estonia? I don't quite understand this round, but I think this is just Russia, actually, I think. Anyway, I'm putting the pressure on, why not? Is it? I guess could this be Latvia? Or actually Estonia? I don't know, these are Latvian Poles, and it is just Latvia with green blur then. Okay, that's really something. He goes Estonia as well, but just right on the border. Reasonable guess, of course, the same one as mine. Goodness me, what an interesting seed so far. This has been by far the best world map seed I've played in a while. Okay, we got yellow outer lines here, hilly. This is like surely somewhere just like north of Durban, between Durban and Richards Bay. I think this is a knockout round. This is exactly the type of round where I thrive because we got landscape, we've got clues enough to get the country, and then I just region guess it. He goes Eswatini, and it's going to be good damage there. 1.5 times damage is 1.1k, is just Durban there. That's exactly what I love. The big countries that I can region guess on a rural round, perfect stuff to verse an 800 Reddit player on. To be fair, he got a good guess. And the next one here is going to be somewhere in Bolivia, and it should just be Santa Cruz. But I did really like, it is like a really interesting round because we have Paraguay palms, these really thin-leafed palm trees, like this one here. And you do get those in northern Argentina as well quite a lot. They're just around Paraguay. But obviously, given that we have white car here, we have to be around Santa Cruz with this landscape. And he goes in Acre, which is not a bad guess. Dude played pretty well, I have to say. For an 800 rated player, definitely a good bunch of vibe guesses there. We gained 2 points, so what can you say? Not too bad. Okay, of course, we have to face another 800 rated opponent. That would not be this video without that. So we're going for an absolute streak here. This is the 6th one, right? Next round, we are looking at maybe, is it Romania or something like that here? Border of the sign? Not fitting that well. Do we have an antenna? We do have an antenna. And a yellow field in sign here. I guess it has to be illegal as well. I think this has to be, oh no, the Orthodox Church. Yeah, this is Romania. Just a really interesting round though. Direction of the hills is actually east here. Actually, all directions. So I guess I would kind of just click into the mountains here slightly. But it's very dry, so it feels more south to me. I don't know, I feel like it's a good guess, but it actually is Cluj this time. Just similar landscape to the last one, and a really impressive guess. It might have said Cluj somewhere, or there was something Googleable, or I don't know what, but, or maybe just a nice plonk, of course. Next one here, round number 2, we are going to be somewhere in Brazil. Now, I like to be able to find something on such rounds. Very interesting, like, yeah, this is something, bro. Is this more north or south? A lot of palms. Make me want to go more north, yeah, honestly. Though I would love to move for like some kind of area code here. I bet that's an area code right there. I think I should move for it, honestly. I'm going to try that. Let's see here. Okay, well, let's just keep moving, see if we can find an area code anywhere. As I move around here... no idea, to be honest. I'm going to kind of click Minas here, I think. It's probably the best option on a round like this. Let's see where it actually is then. And it is Sao Paulo there. So moving used and not really to the best effect. I mean, it prevented me from going all the way up north, which would have been really bad. Our opponent's showing very strong guesses so far, but this is a good round for us. Well, it should be. This is surely Cambodia. Could be Indo, though. Have to go Cambodia, I think, with soil this red. Could be like, Bangka Islands or something like that. I think that's only the other thing that, like, strikes me as particularly possible here. I'll see the car again here. Yeah, feeling good, surely. Oh, it was, man. It was, dude. And look at this guess. Anyway, we are at a significant disadvantage here. Let's just survive till the healing round. And hopefully we can keep our progress alive from today's video. This looks like Chile, right? We used our moving round, so we have to kind of get this here. Color. Surely that's Okay, let's just get into the map here. I don't recognize that place name. So let's just scan north here. So, color. I don't like our chances here, guys. Against the type of guesses that this dude's been making, it's not good. Especially with so many signs. I guess I should just guess, but I still want to make sure that this isn't further north. So, direction of the mountains is north here. Inside Santiago, that obviously makes sense if we're like here. But we want to see some here, and we do, okay. But it is very dry. And then south, we don't really see anything. This is quite concerning, if you ask me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to go for here. It is just in Bolivia? Oh my gosh. What a throw. That would have been such huge points. Maybe I'm being too hasty with the accusations here. Goes for the same guess as me, so maybe just playing nicely so far. Anyway, this one is going to be somewhere in Turkey. Not the best healing ground for us. Obviously, they don't need to heal at all, so we can take our time here. Give it a little consider. Really shouldn't have used my movement on Brazil in hindsight. Anyway, it's kind of rolling hills here. And I would say, where is best? Like, yeah, it's kind of a neutral round, right? It kind of feels a bit more southern. Yeah, I could say it feels a bit more southern. Maybe Adana, Gaziantep kind of area here. But beyond that, it's really not giving me too much. Yeah, I'd go Adana or something. Izmir also makes sense, man. That's a really unfortunate healing round there. Obviously, it doesn't really give us much at all. Now we have to play really well against this 800 rated player who is showing incredible strength so far. So let's see what we get. And we have Indo, which is theoretically good. And Kampung. Okay. Yeah, okay. Don't really get anything too much off that. I would love a pole top, but we don't see any, which is just incredibly unfortunate. I think with that pole top, you really have to guess East Java, surely. It's the East. It's more the East style. So I mean, landscape-wise, it doesn't feel too bad. So I guess I'll just hedge it a bit further this way. It could just be okay. That is good. That is good. Here goes Jakarta, and it's going to be obviously decent damage there. 2k. Ooh, interesting. That is. I mean, I can't believe I fumbled that Bolivia round so bad, man. This is going to be somewhere in surely. Okay, mountains kind of north in a way that does fit for Christchurch well, actually. So I'm happy with that guess. Let's see if they can region guess it as well. There's no signage here. Could pose some problems for a less experienced player. Ooh, that's surely just a company name, because that almost looks like more of a North Island thing. And we do 5k it there. Okay, so I think I was too hasty with the accusations there. Looks like this player is playing legit. Still has the opportunity to beat me, of course. 2.5 times damage. And what are we looking at here? Just some North Macedonia, I think. That's a really good round for us to get here, because I can instantly recognize the country, and our opponent won't necessarily do so. But, okay, looking around, I mean, will they actually see any Cyrillic or something like that? Probably, if they can make it here, but the movement's also glitched, so they have to click really quickly. Let's see if they're able to get the guess here. I think they might be able to. And no guess. Okay, unfortunate there. So Anime Suzuki had, really amazing guesses at the start of the round there, and then kind of just the luck ran out, or you know, the good play ran out, and we get a bit lucky to come away with the win there. So well played to them. That's a really good duel from them. In for another here. Would you look at that, 901 rated, guys? We're gonna gain 3 points at least on this one. How exciting! Okay, so we're gonna be somewhere in RG here. This is a lot of palms, so we should have to guess north here. Let's line up the road a little bit. This is actually worth it. Oh yeah, the road angle is perfect for a lot of these roads up here, so let's just go right there. Okay, that is a perfect guess for a round like this, I think, where you have this many palms. And so, yep, it was exactly that, and not a bad guess from our opponent. Just 1.7k damage there, so really not too bad. That's exactly the type of round I love, though, which the world map really features less of because it's more urban locations. Regardless, here we are in Colombia, I want to say. Yeah, we are in Colombia here, so should be North Colombia. Barranquilla seems like a good hedge here. I could see this being maybe further over this direction. We have mountains north, or hills north. So I guess like maybe El Paso area works here. There is like a bit of a ridge, like somewhere over around here. So it could be Uribia. But I'm not really sure. We'll see here. And it was actually, yeah, actually just kind of halfway between them. But that is going to be good damage. Almost enough, man. But he gets a decent guess in Peru. So he manages to hold on. The next one here is going to be somewhere in maybe Asia or Africa. Taking a look around, feels like going to be actually somewhere in Mexico, and I think Mexico City area really working the best here. And not necessarily though. Interesting like taxi thing there. North or south, though? I think I just go Mexico City here. I think my kind of true guess is Puebla, but I do think there's quite a few places north that also look like this. Maybe even Oaxaca. Anything really possible here. But Mexico for sure, based on the landscape, vegetation, rock walls here. Yeah, Mexico City rock walls definitely makes sense, and it is just on the outskirts there. So yeah, kind of on the way to Puebla, but yeah, definitely a good guess to just go Mexico City there. So we're still in the position to flawless him before the time runs out. So let's see what this next round is. Gonna be somewhere in probably Montenegro, right, with this architecture, but actually Albania just as possible. I mean, number plate doesn't really give us anything there, unfortunately. Pole tops maybe might. They don't really. Okay, I don't want to take my time here and figure it out, I think. This 50-50 shouldn't be too difficult for me anymore, but I mean, this house feels more Albanian. I mean, the flatness. Surely this is too flat to be anywhere in Monty. I think so. I think this is too much of a ravine or whatever, not a valley. I mean, so I think Tirana Valley makes the most sense here. Let's see it, and it was actually Podgorica Valley instead. So I don't know why I couldn't figure that out. I guess it wasn't actually an Albanian number plate. So he's gonna make it to the healing round. Obviously, it's not really going to be too much of a concern for us. I think this is Greece or Australia, or what is it? Just going to be Greece here, so, I mean, we only need an extra 50 points, but let's make a nice guess while we're at it. And what does he see here? Will he find out that it's Greece by this sign? I think so, right? No, he actually goes Spain, so that makes life easier for us, only gaining 200 points, still sub 1,000 there. And that was actually all the way near Turkey, but it was actually Greece, because we had an antenna. You never see that in Turkey. Okay, this one is going to be somewhere in Oman, so this is obviously a pretty fortunate round for him. He should be able to recognize it. If he can't, we probably knock him out. But this is like the typical Oman taxi, very typical buildings, the black and white curb, the metal poles, the lack of trees. It all makes sense for somewhere in Oman here. So let's see if our good friend Big Kanaga is able to get it. He goes outside the city, interestingly. Not really picking up the urban vibe, apparently. And not going to gain too much there, but it's okay. Next one here, like US or Canada. Obviously, we'll probably move on this round just to get... oh, that's actually going to be Korea. Okay, good. Could this be Jeju? That was my first thought here now. Yeah... Not really so sure about that. Traditional Furniture Museum. I think I just click south here instead, you know. No, don't really actually get the vibe that well for it instead. But I wonder if that was actually Gyeongsan. Is that the actual same place? I don't think so. Yeah, Seongyang. Yeah, it's different places for sure. May actually just be Seoul as well. But provided that we have a decent plonk here, we could knock him out. Let's see. And it was just all the way up here. So that was a nice plonk by our friend here. Actually going to be 1.5k damage there. So definitely looking to move around for good clues. Next big country we get. This is New Zealand. Could do that on a round like this. Although it's actually going to be somewhere in Ireland with a yellow plate on the left. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So Ireland with a yellow plate. I guess you probably do want to go Northern Ireland here-ish. But I guess we'll find out. Could also be like... Yeah, we do have like some kind of body of water here, but I'm not so convinced it's the ocean actually. Not that this guess is particularly good because we're not near any water, but maybe it's like Loch Melvin or something like that, or maybe even a bit further south. We'll see. And it was there, and was it actually in the Republic? Not quite. I mean, yeah, it was in the Republic, but not quite. In NI, and of course, our friend going New Zealand is not going to be good for him. So 3 more points there. Let's head into one more. Well, it is a 900 rated opponent to finish us off here. So all sub 1000 rated players. If you want to tweet at the devs and tell them to change it, then be my guest, because I would not mind that at all. Okay, so this one should be somewhere here in Netherlands, no, in Denmark. And we have place names here. Skagen is familiar. Is that up here or something? No, I think it's somewhere around here though, right? Skagen. Well, it should be bigger, so I can zoom out here and actually check it out. I think I'm completely wrong, but where is it? I've definitely heard of it. Well, it seems to be on the number 42, right? Or the 597, actually. So, they organized here. Here's the 5s, so maybe in this kind of area here. Oh man, I've definitely heard of it. So where is it then? Well, yeah, 5s are around here. I'm a terrible scanner, and no doubt everyone watching has seen it so far. Skjern, but no Skagen. Interesting. Well, sometimes being put next to a sign really makes you overthink around. Oh, there it is. That's why I've heard of it. Okay, so that's 42 kilometers away, and then we need to find this other place, which is presumably like somewhere around here, right? If I'm estimating my distances correctly. So Hirtstars. which is here. Stars is there. And we're on the 597. And we seem to be kind of going at this kind of angle, so this kind of guess seems decent, and we both basically 5k there in the last second, although it is 2.5 kilometers away, so all that for 1 point, but hey, I mean, it could have been at least like 400 points. That's a funny one there. And let's head through to the next round. I changed my emojis back to normal, by the way. Anyway, this one looks like Russia. Asian Russia or Chelyabinsk? I think Asian Russia for sure. This is going to be great damage, I assume. So I'd say on this road here somewhere is most likely. This feels particularly good, I think. So that's what I'm going to go for here. Yeah, like the trees are very like, so the trees are very like southern looking. Then we have this white car with a long antenna. And we have a European bollard here. Like, surely I'm right here. Yeah, we should be. And yeah, like this road angle surely meaning we're somewhere near Vladivostok. It also feels quite warm for Russian standards. And yeah, we basically 5k it there. And unfortunately for him, he's over in Ukraine, which is definitely a reasonable guess, but obviously not going to net him many points. That's the problem with that 50-50. But yeah, just remember, red car, Ukraine, white car, over in eastern Russia. So that should help you out. This is actually Colombia up in the mountains. Super interesting landscape here. Where do you guess? I should know this. With this much Geoguessr experience, I should know exactly where this is. He guesses. Where is this? Maybe it's around Bucaramanga. I think that makes the most sense to me here. So I might go like near Berlin, Bucaramanga here. This is a strange round. Could we have 5k'd here? This kind of looks like decently right. I don't know. Okay, it's just south instead. Pasto, Dry Mountains. Wow, what an interesting round. He does 1,000.2 damage to us. But yeah, okay, that's okay. Not 1,000.2, but 1.2. Okay, and here we are in probably just somewhere in Singapore, surely. Do we see anything to confirm? Yes, Singaporean house sign. So yeah, this is perfect. Or even street sign. And yeah, speed bump ahead is obviously quite useful as well. Okay, that's fine for us there. Going to be a decent amount of damage, 10 points. And we head through to the healing round, where we actually do need to do some healing after that Colombia. So let's see what we get here. Looking relatively easy for Chile, I think. Yeah, should be Chile here. Sun is north, so that also makes sense. Relatively big hills here, a lot of like trees. Feels like Concepcion area. I'll just go for it. Let's see here, it was just Santiago. Also makes sense. We didn't really need to heal that much because we needed a faster guess than to heal. So yeah, definitely going through with a big advantage here into the multiplier rounds. And we have 1.5 times damage in Europe. No, America, okay. We move here. We definitely move here. This is the type of round where you can lose a lot of points. Vibes-wise, probably East Coast US thus far. Double Yellow Lands would make more sense for US as well. But hey, let's just go for some signage here and see if we recognize something that he doesn't. At the moment, definitely feeling a little further north. Definitely hedging for Canada at the moment as well, but USA should be pretty safe. But how far north? Maybe like Pennsylvania or something could fit here. We haven't even seen another car yet. Maybe we've gone the wrong direction. It is possible. Kind of waiting for him to put us on the pump here. But okay, let's just see this car here. So moving back this direction, we do have a Ohio plate. I want to say, is that an Ohio plate? I mean, the landscape would make enough sense for Ohio that I wouldn't mind going for it. But could that be something else as well? No, I definitely associated that with more of an Ohio plate, so I think that's what we go for here. 330, I don't recognize, unfortunately. Other plates here are the same. Yeah, I think we go for Ohio then. Don't really, like, feel like, I mean, this is like a decent hedge regardless, so surely we're safe with the whole outcome of the round. And it's a bit hilly, so we have to be kind of Appalachian, Ohio. Somewhere in, like, Wayne National Forest seems good to me. Oh man, we had clues just ahead of us. And it was Ohio. A bunch of Ohio plates there. He goes Toronto, and is only marginally, like, further away than us. So, pretty lucky, I guess, but also a decent guess, because it did kind of look like Canada. Okay, next one here. We're going to be somewhere where? Well, we should be somewhere in the Nordics, surely. Tourist center in the Swedish colors. Didn't really look that Swedish to me, though, right? Corona Fodgen, yeah, feels... We have all the different, like, flags here. Is this Denmark or is it Sweden? Is the question. Sundsvall. Nice. Okay, that makes life nice and easy for us. Sundsvall is there. let's guess. Okay, that does make sense. I mean, krona is the currency, but do they have also crowns in Denmark as well? I think so. Actually, we're in the next town over, but obviously that is going to be enough to finish him off right there. No, it isn't, really. Okay, I really thought so, but he was actually closer, and the multipliers were lower than I had expected, so he survives another day, and it's not a good round for us. Yeah. We're actually just in Russia here. It's not good at all. Short antenna should be more West Russia. Wait. This car in Russia, I think it's Bulgaria. No, this car's in Bulgaria. Interesting that I thought it was Russia for so long. We just guessed that. Okay, that's fine. Also, this kind of reddish sign over here is very common in like Romania, Bulgaria, and we have this like very like grainy road, which is a Bulgarian thing. So yeah, we'll see if he goes Russia. I anticipate that he will. If I thought so, then surely he will as well. But no, he goes Serbia. Okay, very good guess. But of course, it's not going to be enough to keep him in the game. We knock him out there, and we finish off with a 4-point win there. What an incredible result. Only a bit of irony there, so let's see if, or sarcasm there, so let's see where we end up for the episode. We're actually at 147, so how many did we win just then? In the last two episodes, just the last two episodes, we won 14 and played 16, and I think we actually lost more than we gained. I think so. Maybe even by a bit. So that's kind of hilarious. But guys, thank you very much for watching the video. To all of you, give the video a like if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in a video very soon. Yeah, till next time, and goodbye.